I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Welcome to episode 5 of RealiTEA-V. This is your host, Fumi.
And this is B. Thanks for joining us for another week.
Yes, another week of shenanigans that is on RealiTEA-V. Mm-hmm. But I just want to know, how was your week, B?
Oh, it was good. Can't complain. It went by fast.
Right.
You know, nothing that eventful, but pretty good. You?
No, nothing eventful?
I don't think so.
Obviously, if you can't remember.
Right.
Like,
right. No, yeah.
So, my week was, I don't know, because, you know, I'm, like, actively dating, which is, makes me want to put my eyes out my sockets.
Yeah.
I don't like the act of dating. It's so boring.
Yeah.
Of getting to know someone over and over and over again, ask the same dumbass questions. So how old are you? What do you do for work? You know, why are you single? Where do you see yourself in the next 6 months? Do you want just a friend or do you want a relationship? Do you want to get married? Do you want to have kids? I'm tired of asking all these damn questions.
Yeah. I mean, I have a solution.
What?
You could not ask those questions and then get married and find them out. Like, wait.
So, like a love at first sight type of shit?
Yeah. Or, like our favorite toxic couple, Don and Ashley. I didn't know you wasn't religious.
You don't believe in God? It's like, that's your husband. I think you should know this.
You know? So, like, all the stuff that you don't even feel like finding out, make it exciting. Be like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on what matters.
You know, that is an option. I don't know what's scarier.
I can't guarantee it's going to last forever, but, you know.
Yeah, the whole point is I'm trying not to get divorced, so I guess I'll try. Or
murdered.
I'll pick the former. I'll just do it before I put a ring and get in front of an officiant and say I do. But it's just been so boring. I feel like, you know, I'll be 30 next month, so I feel like my mate is probably like 40 to 45 years old. I only say that because men my age they're still slow. Like, I need somebody that's doing better than me. Yeah. And it's not because for money purposes. Yeah. But, you know, as far as like being responsible, paying bills, when you go out, don't do stupid shit. You know, don't get arrested. Don't be filling up on nobody when you're going out just all willy-nilly and think that that's okay. Open the door.
You might want to look 55 to 60.
We ain't doing all that. We ain't doing all that. I don't need sweaty balls, like wrinkly balls. Like, I can't do it.
Thanks. You would think by time men get in their late 40s, it's like, yeah, they got it together. And then you meet 40-year-old women. That's like, no.
True. But I got my shit together.
Yeah.
I got my own place, got my own car. I mean, it sounds cliche. But if I'm listing these things out for myself, there's just some things I feel like needs to be the same. Yeah. And having your own place is one of them. Living with your baby mama who you're not with, quote unquote, with anymore, just because for, like, Tara, it's for the kids. No, we ain't doing that. And that's what's happened on the last day. I said, I was just wondering, like, you just do basketball and you on disability? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, he has a roommate.
Oh, I was like, do you live anybody? You know, he was like, yeah, I got a roommate. Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah, my son's mother. Excuse me? Who? No. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, do you think some women that you would date would, you know, feel some type of way about it? Yeah. He said, I don't care. And I'm like, well, I don't care to go out with you anymore. Like, in my mind, it's like, nah, you can't prove that you can be self-sufficient. Right. You can't prove that you can pay your own bills. You can't prove any of these things. So, no. I just, now I got to start all over again. Like.
Yeah. Yeah. I
don't know.
I don't know either.
But I have a little short story today.
Okay.
So I went to go pick up Malachi from school, right? Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's parking is kind of crazy.
Right.
So and then out here, it's illegal to make a U-turn in the school zone. So you have to go,
I hope they ain't fine.
There's school cops.
Really?
Yes. I know you're about to say, well, I'm going to do it anyway. No,
don't look for me.
I just saw them swoop up somebody real quick and give them a ticket. Yes. So they're easily detectable out here because they're like black SUVs that are the school district or whatever. So I go out of the school area to make the U-turn, come back. And so this car is parked right in front of the red, but there's enough space in front. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I'll just park where they're parking.
Yeah.
So there'd be space in front of me, enough for a car and a half, and then a space in front of that. So I pulled up right before the red. I see this car kind of like parked behind me, which is the red zone, but I'm about to get out the car. So I, get out the car, about to go get to the little gate because I'm down the street. And this lady had the audacity, I was wondering if you could just pull up all the way. Just like you can go and parallel park in front of me. You want me to get my key, press the unlock button, open the door, get in the car, close the door, turn the ignition on, and put it in drive just so you can park behind me. Who has more work to do? Me. And I was like, you know what? I'm really in a rush. And I just kept walking. I was like, there's space in front of me, though. What kind of lazy bullshit is that? You don't know how to parallel park?
Privilege of people with certain skin color. I don't want to say it.
What? Of course she was Caucasian.
It was white privilege. Okay, I can say it. It was white privilege.
Unfortunately, it could have been anybody, but it was, Because even
by you, I'm like, who asked that? I know.
But who asks that question when there's a space and a half in front of them?
Yeah.
Now, if it was a situation where they're kind of halfway in and out the red, and you do have enough space in front of you, then I understand.
Yeah.
But your lazy ass can't, drive up a little bit and parallel park. I don't even think she had to parallel park. She could have swooped in, backed up, and then that would have been it. And I said, the audacity of this woman. We all come in here to get our kids from school. I will not get back in my car.
Yeah.
To help you not parallel park.
She attempted it.
She was like, and then she was trying to be so nice. She's like, I was
use that voice.
I was just wondering if you can pull up. I'm like, no, bitch. No, I'm not pulling up. You can go ahead and get in front of me and parallel park, and you can get your child before. And I kind of fast walked to make it seem like I had a purpose, but I really wasn't doing anything but going to pick up my child and come right back home.
Right.
So yeah, just every now and then somebody wants to get on my nerves. And I'm just to put it out there. Any person of color can get on my nerves, okay?
Yeah,
this ain't just,
restricted for one.
No, black. Y'all can get on my nerves.
Wow.
So, but, but who really got on my nerves?
Who?
Fucking Jax. So guess what? We were fucking right. He did it again.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He played with someone's heart.
But nothing surprises me.
Oh, my God. It's just...
I'd be watching a show, and I'd just be like, Not an ounce of shock. It's not like season 1 and 2, when they finally, when, Kristen did admit that she slept with Jackson, it was like, or
because Jackson's always lying, right?
Yeah, now it's just...
So we were like, well, why is he lying on his dick? Because now he's saying that he did sleep with you.
Yeah, it was like, oh.
Right? But, I was surprised. The only thing I was surprised about is the fact that he told Brittany so early after.
I mean, because if you're honest, you ain't really a dog.
He said in his interview, he was like, in the past, I learned that when I just drag it out, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. So I just decided to tell her now. So if I
just be honest, it takes away from me being a total
like that,
dick.
I fucked that black chick in front of that old lady. Like, what the fuck?
That poor lady.
Oh my God. And it's just like, really, dude?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I fucking hate you. I'm going to take the dogs and I'm just going to leave.
For a few days.
I'm going to go Vegas and I'm going to act like we're not, single.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So she gets upset. She was like, tell me the truth. And he finally told her. He was like, yeah, I did it. Like, and then when he says it, it's like, fuck, finally, you got your answer down?
Right.
You done? It's not like, I'm sorry. I really apologize.
Because it's like, deep down, you knew. So it's like when he finally says it, it's kind of like...
She said that. She's like, deep down, I knew. Because one day I found fake eyelashes on...
Bitch. So who was wearing them? The dogs? Jax? Tom Schwartz came over and left them?
Or
like,
lady.
Who?
Stassi.
Eyelashes...
She's like, and I was trying to figure out whose eyelashes were those. And it's like, girl, how can you not think that it wasn't anybody else? How are eyelashes going to get in your apartment and they're not yours?
Were they Lily lashes or were they cheap dollar store?
They're probably cheap dollar store.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Those are some good lashes.
Yeah, $20.
Not a pay we just like Lily lashes.
Right. Those lashes, you ain't leaving.
They're $20 to $30.
Yeah.
Maybe up to $40. I don't know. But yeah, they're at least $20.
So if you found eyelashes in the house, that means that he probably fucked her in y'all bed.
She asked that. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you, child.
I receive it. But just stupid.
But I don't feel 1 ounce of sadness or sympathy or sorrow for her.
No.
It's like, okay, it is a very rare situation where you have the boss, the ex-girlfriend, the friend that you cheated on with the ex-girlfriend, the boyfriend of the girl that you cheated with the ex-girlfriend,
just a cesspool.
And all of the employees of the restaurant that he works with and the internet tell you that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. And you can go back and see for yourself on TV that he's a piece of shit. So you don't even have to, even if you want it to be like, oh, they're just making it up, you can go back and look and see for yourself.
There's evidence. By the time she came, it was 3 to 4 seasons of just Jax's shit.
It's like, you know what? I can't get Jax Teller, so I'm going to settle for Jax Taylor. Over here.
And if you guys wondering what we are talking about, go to our social media and see what our Man Crush Monday was. And you decide, Jax Teller or Jax Taylor.
There's only one Jax Teller. But yeah,
I don't feel bad. She's like crying. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, she's just such a good girl."
Ooh, I wouldn't have been a good friend to her because I'm like, really, bitch.
I don't understand why women, and I have done this myself, so I'm not just saying everybody else. But why do women think that they can change a man?
You can't.
No matter how down home.
Good of a person,
cook, freak in the sheets, lady in the streets. No matter what you can do, put just enough makeup on, but love your natural beauty. There's nothing that you can get boobs, get ass, or be natural. There's nothing you can do that can change a man.
Nope.
He needs to be by himself for the next 15 years.
Yeah, and sadly, he's already approaching 40.
Yeah, apparently he was... Sandoval say he's 38.
Yeah, so dang, that goes back to my earlier...
Brittany's like 24, 25.
Oh, so he just got a real... See...
She's a baby.
Yeah, and then you got someone that's pretty stupid. Because, I mean, Stassi was a bitch or whatever, but Stassi wasn't, like, stupid. Mm-mm. You couldn't just completely pull the wool over her eyes. Mm-hmm. But you just went and got somebody, you know, which is probably because even the other girl last season that he was also dating while he was dating Brittany, I believe
Carmen.
Yes, Carmen. She had her shit together. And
she left out of that so fast.
Yeah, she was like, oh, no. I think she was like a VP of like a club here in Vegas or something like that. But she was just very on her shit. So even with the distance, you couldn't really pull the wool over her eyes. But this Brittany girl, lashes, really? And you started to suspect something.
And as soon as like, she's like, you know what? I always thought he was doing something.
You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that.
Don't admit that.
Right, because then you make yourself look stupid.
And you know what he said? He's like, you know, we were arguing a lot. And
of course.
Because things weren't good.
Yeah, because it can't just be that he's a dick and he can't keep his dick in his pants. It has to be something that you are doing to contribute to him.
It's always
DMing
the
Faith.
other person's fault.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to Jax.
Yeah.
Like, you're being mean to me. You wouldn't give me any vagina, so I had to find it somewhere else. Something.
Right. So I DM'd Faith. Like, okay. Like, why can't you... And I guess it goes with the show. But why can't y'all ever just... I think I said last week. Why can't y'all just cheat with strangers that no one knows and will never see again?
Well, that's the problem. It's like... Okay, this is the 6th season of Vanderpump?
Like, if you were able to cheat, if you and Kristen were able to mess around and y'all couldn't keep that secret between y'all and she was with Tom and you had just broken up with Stassi but trying to get back with her and y'all were friends and y'all couldn't keep that secret, like...
What makes you think anybody else
right.
Or the other two,
right.
Villa Blanca or Pump.
Right.
Would have kept that secret.
Yeah, but then even when y'all go and allegedly cheat in other states on vacation, somebody always brings their big mouth around to either find the person that you cheated with. I will never forget that.
You know
episode.
What the pattern is, though? It's the women that are the ones that's like, so, hey, so, you know, Jax, like, you know, he's like really cute and he's like dating that girl Brittany, but I totally slept with him last night. It's like...
Yeah. I wouldn't be admitting that shit.
Why are you... what is the purpose? And I think we had this discussion with Kat and Ryan.
Yeah.
What is the ultimate goal of telling other people?
Probably, besides being young and messy, probably like a good little $10,000 bonus check from Bravo. Like, wait, so if I tell that I slept with who, I get what? Let's find out and see.
Where them papers at? Let me sign the dotted line.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I slept
I'll tell you what I did. Got to quit this job.
Take less shifts at third.
Right.
Take these vacations.
Lisa, like, Roberta, why are you not doing your job? Oh, because I'm about to get upgraded to seasonal regular after I go.
Right? You want to be...
drop this bomb.
That's just... But yeah, there's like... what? Nobody knew Faith before this season, right? And I'm pretty sure this happened prior to the filming.
Yeah.
So... what was your goal? Okay, so, wait. She did say, well, Jax told me that him and Brittany were going to break up.
We're going to break up. You know, I had an ex tell me that one time. Really? I don't think we had sex. Mm-hmm. No, we didn't. He was just trying to work his way back in. Oh. He was like, yeah, such, I'm single or whatever. Oh, and through, like, more and more conversations, I was like, wait. Because I found out he
social media.
Yes,
right?
I found out they like went to Disneyland together and just all this shit. At first, I'm kind of mad because, you know, a bitch loved Disneyland. So I'm like, wait, what? And he was like, well, I told you that I was broken up with her because I was planning on breaking up with her. I said, you know what?
So you gonna play after Disneyland?
I
after
said,
you spend money?
Exactly. I said, you know what? 3 years later, you are still the same fuck boy. Goodbye. I'm not even mad. I shouldn't have even peeked that door open. So
he peeked your innocence with that damn Disneyland.
Right.
It's like, well, maybe he can take me, and then we can like, you know, fall off afterwards.
Yeah.
Disneyland ain't fucking cheap.
It ain't.
Oh my God, but. It's just we all know if there's smoke, there's fire when it comes to these employees of Sir, Pump, and Villa Blanca.
Yeah.
And so when a rumor is heard, it's usually true.
Yeah.
When it's within the restaurant.
Right.
Now, for Lala, it was kind of like in her relationship outside of it. So that didn't really...
You know what? This is funny. But you know how I just said, like, why would you go and expose that and stuff? Yeah. Because, you know, what do you have to gain from that? Mm-hmm. This kind of reminds me of, like, working at, like, a call center. Like the drama and stuff that I would hear. It was like certain people, somebody's husband came up there to fight somebody because he was sleeping with his wife and stuff like that. And it was like, wait.
It's very lifetimey.
Yeah. I had already left by then, but when I heard, I was like, shoot, I wish I was still there. And then I found that person was later at my current job that I'm at. And so I ran into an old coworker and I was like, oh yeah, such and such works at my job too. I just don't know because we're in different offices. And they was like, oh, but you didn't know how that person got that job. I was like, what you mean? Well, he was sleeping with such and such, getting his dick sucked at the round. Always be funny.
I know. Good old roundup.
Right. And her husband found out and blacked her eye and came to the job to fight him.
The fuck?
Now, yes,
I don't. I like
girl at a normal job
that I've had.
At a normal,
I wanted to just be like, "Where's my popcorn?" Like,
hey. And then come to find out, so he got all scared and was like, "Okay, we ain't gonna mess around no more." I guess a few weeks later they started fucking around again, and you know the husband was like, "Oh, you don't think fat meat greasy?"
I used to hate that saying. My mom like, "You don't know what fat meat is greasy." I'm like, what does that even mean?
And he came back up there apparently looking for him, and the guy was so scared, didn't leave the office for like 2 hours and quit that day. I said, you lying. They was like, he never came back. I said, well, now he's at my job, so if you see the husband.
Oh, he was on the unemployment. He called that unemployment as soon as he got in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
So I guess when you think about it, like, it is possible for people to be that messy. Like, why are you just telling everybody you done slept with somebody and they got a boyfriend and girl? Because, yeah.
But like I said in the previous episode, I learned in middle school not to date.
You was fucking in the 8th grade, a boy trying to be nice to you. Nope, I don't date boys in my school.
I really didn't. I was not giving it a time of day. And I've always been a fluffy chick. So even in 8th grade, you know, back then when you're younger and you on the fluffy side, like they try to be like, oh, you fat and all that.
I still can pull your nigga.
Okay, but there would be some times where such and such will come up and like, you talking to me? It'd be like, yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm like,
well, hello.
You like fluffy? Like, and that's when it starts. It's like, and then men get older and they kind of like, you know, change their taste in women, whatever.
Right.
So you had a few that were like, you know, on the low, will like you, but then you want to be on the low too because you don't want nobody to know, so there don't be no drama.
So we just
I did have
secrets?
some of those. No, I did not have sex in middle school, but it was one of those. But when it's like openly, oh my God, we're in a relationship, we're holding hands and together at nutrition. It was none. It was none of that. None of that.
I would not be going public with you in middle school.
I would not be coming off my secret chariot to throw tomatoes with you in the public. No, I'm not doing it.
She was Jay and Beyonce before Jay and Beyonce.
Oh, no.
You will not be in my business.
Nope.
I am a lady of many secrets. And you
You saw the people surprised when I was pregnant.
How?
Well, what you think? Yes, that's how secretive I am. Hopefully nobody that's trying to get on a date with me hears this.
You want to be somebody married. I like secrets, too. I bet you
Oh, really? I'll be messy and tell your girl, like, oh, what's that dude from Miami Dolphins who sent that video to that black girl, like, I miss you so much. And then he's like snorted some cocaine, and then she sent it to the world. I'm going to be messy like that. Don't you bring that shit around me. No. Hilarious. I will not be a homewrecker. Alrighty. But I don't understand. Stop. So it's so weird because girls. Brittany texted Stassi that Jax cheated on her, and Kristen wanted to fight Jax there. And she's like, I understand. I slept with Jax. That automatically disqualifies you to say anything.
Like, I don't know. I feel like even as like an ex, and it's like, okay, me and Jax, we're cordial now, and we're back on this show together. And I met his new girlfriend, and you're cool. I have nothing against you. But our friendship would honestly fucking stop there. Like, you cool if we are all in a group setting. Hey, nice to see you. Hope everything's well. I don't want to know the ins and outs of your relationship. I don't want to know details that I don't want to know. Like, our friendship would have like a cutoff point. And discussing your relationship with my ex-boyfriend is just, but that's just me. You know,
But I just think it's weird that she's back to being best friends with the best friend that slept with her boyfriend.
It's all weird, but you know, you be friends with who you got to be friends with to get that check.
I mean, the only person is Lisa. That's the only person I would need to be a friend with is Lisa Vanderpump and Jiggy. Like, you
gotta
fuck you. Hi, Mrs. Vanderpump. Hey, Jiggy, how are you? I got you a new outfit. It might be too cheap, but I just thought about you.
You know how many people probably try to kiss Lisa and Jiggy's ass to be on that show?
Probably a lot.
You gotta go through some intricacies. You know what?
I'm just saying, if I was already in the rest, the business,
if I'm already
then I don't have to kiss nobody. I'm gonna be like Ariana.
Yeah.
Ariana don't give a fuck about nobody else.
Yes, very Tom. True. And it probably be like other coworkers
and every now and then and Sheena
that are like, oh, you know, the show would be cool, but I just can't be around all that goddamn drama.
Because you have to film with them at some point. Yeah. So it is kind of like a forced friendship in a sense. Yeah. Granted, why Stassi came back and Kristen's still there, even though she was fired 2 seasons ago.
Is she still banned from the restaurant?
Who's Stassi?
Kristen.
I don't think so. I'm not sure. But it's like you're banned from the restaurant, you got fired, and you're still on the goddamn show. Yeah. Because she's still involved with James. She first was involved with James, who was still working there. And now her boyfriend doesn't work there, but she's still now she's back best friends with Stassi and Katie and all of them. So it's like she gets to cling to
somebody.
Yeah, but she doesn't really have a storyline anymore because she's not directly connected to anybody in the restaurant. So now she has to be in everybody else's mess, which is like you're automatically null and void because you fucked Jax. You can't tell his current girlfriend he's a douchebag when he was a douchebag with you.
You're the one that did it.
You're the douchebag to go along with it.
And you fucked up your relationship and gave up some good rent control rent.
Like how she was like, Jax, if what happened is true, I'm gonna whoop your ass. It's like, bitch, where did you come from? It was true with you. Yes. And you lied about it for like a whole season. Yeah. So, which is really like 6 to 7 months in filming. So
that was some good old investigating on Stassi.
The one time Jax was being honest from like kind of the beginning. Yeah. And that's because the chick was lying. But Stassi did give her a good backhand slap. Oh, yeah. That was funny. But, other than that, the show was pretty funny when Schwartz was crying. I mean, not why he was crying, but he was just crying. He was crying at a party. Like, who cries at a party? He was like, I'm just drunk.
Ooh, I've had those nights.
Yeah, he just felt like, I don't have any direction. I'm married, and I really want this bar to work out because, him and Sandoval and Lisa kind of got into it. So like, I really wanted to work out. I'm married. It's like, okay, you were willing to write a $50,000 check for your wedding, but then now you're married, you're scared that you have no direction. See? I would have just took the ring of the string and kept it pushing. Like, let me let you get on your path.
But I mean, that's the smart thing to do, and these people aren't smart. They're more obsessed, and I'm convinced more than ever, especially with Sheena, that none of the stars of Vanderpump Rules, besides Lisa, obviously, none of them know what it actually takes to make a relationship or a marriage work.
No.
Like, they just
like
the
Pandora.
idea. Yeah. Well, yeah, she's obviously... Yeah. Any, kin of Vanderpump is obviously an exception.
For a great marriage.
Yeah, but they think, oh, we've been together for 7 years. We need to get married. Now I don't want a ring on a string. But you guys haven't even been that happy these 7 years. Every season you come around crying because rumors of him cheating, or you get drunk and you just cuss him out and belittle him.
Fucking Katie.
And then you get married. Now it's like, well, I have no direction. It's like, you kind of should have maybe figured that out before y'all got married. I know,
but that's just us.
Yeah, that's just
things that we would think about. So, and I think they're maybe a couple years younger than us, like 26, 27.
Yeah.
Now, especially. So, but Lala's supposed to be coming back on the next episode. Oh. So, and a lot of people don't care for Lala. I actually like her.
I like Lala.
Yeah. She's up there with Ariana. Like, I don't give a fuck about you people. I'm doing my own shit. So, I'm not going to kiss everybody's ass. I'm not going to kiss Stassi's ass or Katie's ass or Sheena's ass. I'm like, no, none of these asses I'm kissing.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So... Oh, and then Jax is, like, yelling at Brittany. Because apparently, I think she finds out that they fucked more than one time. And she goes ballistic. And Jax is like, shut up. Like...
Because it's like, God dang it, I already admitted it. What are you still bitching for?
No, I'm on the 12-step program. This is only step 1. I can't really tell you.
Right.
I got it,
you know what? If he knows that she ain't going nowhere...
That's the sad part.
You're right. So it's like, shut up with your bitching. Go call Stassi or somebody else and go talk to them. I don't want to hear it.
To what Tony was saying to Tamar. Mm-hmm. If you know your man is cheating, but you're not cheating, but you're not going to do anything, just leave it alone.
Let him cheat in peace.
If you're going to bring it up, then you need to do something about it. You can't bring it up.
She's going to cry and bitch and threaten to take the dogs and looked in her account and realized she can't take the dogs, and it's just going to be that.
No. But anyway, on to happier news. Every single fucking one of those people on Are You the One is a fucking perfect match. I was completely wrong. I thought they were not going to make it.
So you did like the show.
It was exciting to see those stupid idiots finally get something right.
I told you you'd like it.
The only downfall is that now the crazy bitch has proven that being a stalker.
Yes, to Kiana. Because, and I said this a few weeks ago. I said, if this crazy bitch ends up with Michael and he was her match the whole time, that means all that crazy shit she was talking about was somewhat logical, and this gives other crazy bitches a chance.
As Paulie did, to stalk my whole life.
On the boardwalk.
And
she did not give up. He messed around with other people in the house. He was matched
with
up.
3 other bitches.
Yeah, and she was still like, he gonna learn. He gonna realize I'm the one. And sure enough,
I said, God,
even when she picked him on the very last episode, he was looking like, why did she pick me? And they were a match, and he was like, I'm sorry for how I treated you, and going forward, I'll be better. It's like, girl.
I think he was lying when he said that. I felt like he was like, as soon as I get on this plane, I'm
just take your money and
my
go.
Number. Yeah. It's like, and then Clinton got matched up with
God damn it.
Jaless.
I mean,
whatever.
I mean, only other person I thought he would have been a better match with was me. But I guess since I wasn't expecting that answer. Since I wasn't an option, I guess Uche wasn't his match. Then, I mean, I don't really get it, but okay. Whatever.
I mean, you could DM him so he can, like, help you work out.
Yeah, and And then
he's into that life of verbs.
I know, but see, I got too much pride because if my DM don't get read and responded back to
within 24 hours,
then I'm gonna turn into Kiana, and I'm gonna be
never mind. Forget that I said anything. Jesus.
Like, you don't just come up on my TV screen and then ignore me.
Respond. Oh my God, it's gonna be like that song from Eminem, Marshall.
Dear I'm coming to your house because
you didn't answer my DMs. Oh, that's gonna be
the way you style your dreads kind of make me want some too. Like, just I don't need those problems in my life.
Oh my God. Okay, but that's the only thing. I mean, how much can 11 people stretch $1 million? It's really not that much after taxes per person. So
yeah. Because it's 11 couples.
It's 11 couples, so 22 people.
So that's...
They win collectively 100 million. I mean, God dang it.
I was about to say.
I wish it was 100
million. So they collectively win $1 million. So divided by 22, that's...
That's only $45,454.
All right. You could...
Before taxes. And these are some young, stupid people, so I don't think it's going to last very long.
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah. No. Shit, my student loans, we eat all that up.
Right. Like, maybe put a nice little chunk towards that.
Let me pay half.
Trade in my car.
Yeah, just, upgrade my lifestyle.
Get a nice weave. Maybe go on a vacation.
Vacation, yes. Vacation I would definitely do.
Maybe put, like, $3,500 in the bank in the savings just to be responsible.
Like, don't worry, I have a savings.
Emergency happen, I'm prepared.
Yeah. Oh, you need $1,000? Well, guess what? I have a savings. It's like, nobody got that these days.
Right.
So yeah, it's more than what they have, obviously, but it's like, why does it have to be 22 people? Why can't it be 10?
Right.
But it didn't be boring because it's only, how many, they had as many people as they do, maybe a little less than the challenge house. The challenge house has a shit ton of people. Yeah. It's usually like 30. So they went up that way, and then no one gets eliminated. So they're there the whole time. Mm-hmm. So, but that was I was shocked. I was very, very shocked when that beam came on. Even Terrence was like, what the fuck? Right.
And 2 of the matches was like people that never even spoke to each other in the house.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was weird. I think they cheated.
Right. Like, let's just give these people hope.
In their sad,
right.
Sad
You,
lives.
sit here. You, hi.
Good old Barbara. You, match.
Right.
Okay, but moving on to finally it's fucking over. Black Ink Cruise Chicago.
It's never made me so happy for
it was season. Just a really dragged, squeeze lemon out of the lemonade type of thing. And it just dragged on for no reason.
Yeah. I'm glad. I'm so happy that
is that frustrating, huh?
I'm so happy that it's over and now Black Ink New York is back on. And
yeah.
But I know we have to get back talking about Chicago. They left me. And I usually always like Chicago, but
this season
they have left me just like, can y'all just go back, regroup? I know like at the start of the season, Ryan had like a heart attack, and then like there was some other stuff that delayed filming and everything. I'm like, maybe that should have just been a sign that y'all shouldn't have even shot this season. Like, you know what? We're going to sit this out. Mm-hmm. Because it was just all over the place. But I'm glad that it's came to an end and it seemed like there was some closure that was gotten.
I'm convinced that Rachel is up there with Stassi. Up there with Lala and Ariana.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give 2 fucks.
About these cameras.
Right. I don't give a fuck about you and your played out vagina.
Yeah.
She was calm. the whole time. That scares me.
Right, especially when you have Kat yelling at her like, Rachel, did Ryan tell you that when we was fucking around in LA and da-da-da-da and this and that? And she was just looking like, I'm not at all fazed.
No, not at all.
Like, the average female, like, that would have been, like, Ashley or Forrest's girlfriend, Nikki, would have sent them over the edge. She was just sitting there like, okay, Anne.
Well,
okay, Becky.
She just like, well, just let Rachel know what would happen if I stayed. It's like, what is the point of bringing that up?
Right.
You're supposed to be here to have survival of staying in the shop. You're not making that any better.
Right. Your argument is supposed to be, despite whatever it was that we had professionally, I belong in this shop. And what do you do the minute
you talk about, how you want to eat your vagina?
Which that was not at all relevant or needed.
At the end of the day, like we said before, he's going to pick his girl over you. So what was the point of doing all that? You made it in LA. You can make it in Chicago. If people who wanted to follow you to your shop, that would have happened. He would have hired more people. End of discussion. Mm-hmm. This season was dragged out for no fucking reason at all. Mm-mm. And so, it's just, all right. But on to better things.
Yes.
New York City.
Yes.
I was so excited for this new season start. Especially Sky cracks me the fuck up.
Yeah, she's just hilarious.
She's
all the
Susie
time.
Homemaker. She had this negligee.
Right, she has clearly upgraded her life. Mm-hmm. And when you see her, you just can't help but to some extent be happy. Because it didn't all happen like all at one time. It was like little by little. Like, okay.
It's like ups and downs.
I want a more serious job title. Mm-hmm. Then it was like, I'm seriously unhappy with my body. Not the typical, oh my God, I want a bigger butt. It was just like serious, like I'm unhappy with the way I look because I had kids at a young age. Mm-hmm. And she took the steps to get that fixed. Mm-hmm. Then, she moved into her nice little high rise in New York.
Little fancy
and
shit.
Then, so it was like a gradual, like, you are using what platform that you have and you are really elevating your life.
She's like Cardi B of reality TV.
Yeah. She's upgrading her life. And she will say it. She did say it. She was like, just a few years ago, I was a bum.
I was a bum. Right. Now look at me.
So she's very humble about her beginnings. So I like to see her win.
Oh, yeah. Her house in Atlanta is
gorgeous.
Wonderful. She's like, the money down here goes a lot further than New York. And it's so fucking true.
Yeah. Small side note. But speaking of money going further, quick interjection from our Black Ink. But speaking of money going further, I have to give a nice little shout out to the city of Las Vegas because I'm seeing just how just how far my money goes out here compared to LA. Mm-hmm. So I was continuing my apartment search.
Oh, shit, yeah. You know how you like real estate and shit, y'all.
And, I'm expecting out here, I'm just happy to get a place with, a washer and dryer.
Right.
And, colored appliances instead of the, regular
stainless
white.
steel shiny appliances.
I've been going into apartments, you guys. I have choices. I can choose, do I want the place with 24-hour concierge service and a free smart TV and surround sound in your apartment? Or do I want, the place that offers free personal training sessions?
With the MMA
with an MMA gym.
Yeah.
And then we have 2 heated pools. Well, we have 2 heated pools and towel service. It's like, what? You're spoiling me. Like, I be walking into these places with a fur and glasses. Like, show me to your best.
Oh, Kris Jenner up in this bitch.
And it's like $100 more than I would have paid for rent. In LA. So, yes.
And it's not even that. It's the fact that you would have paid for a shoebox.
Yes.
You wouldn't have central air and heat.
Yes.
You would have had a small ass kitchen.
Yes.
Most likely not a dining area.
Yes.
What else? A crusty ass bathroom.
Yes. Shitty management.
White appliances, white paint that gets dirty very easily.
Yeah.
Thin walls. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. I can go on.
Yeah, the list is nonstop. But I was just, really happy to see whatever place I do end up in a few months. I feel like I'm going to absolutely love it because I just, even I guess Vegas version of basic apartments is still
better
4 times
than LA's
nicer than
so
it's like no matter where I end up, I'm just gonna be very happy. So once you said money going longer, it's like
stretch,
So yeah, if you are in LA and you're listening to this, or if you're in California and you're listening to this and you're like, I should move somewhere. I'm not necessarily saying Vegas is the place, but if there's somewhere else you want to go, you should deeply consider
if your money is going to get stretched longer, I highly suggest that wherever that place is, that you go.
Live like royalty, be appreciated.
And for those in LA, well, it's hot in the summertime. Now, let me tell you something.
It ain't when you got AC.
Right? Because a bitch didn't have central air and heat.
I am chilling.
And I didn't even have the little, what is it called, swamp coolers? in the window.
Yeah.
I didn't even have that.
Yeah.
So when it's 104 in LA, which happens a lot during the summertime, you have no way to cool off. And most people stay on the second floor or above because nobody in the first floor wants to move the fuck out. So you're burning up.
And then when it's nighttime, you have a nice ass pool you could just go frolic
I got
in.
a pool and a jacuzzi and a 24-hour access to a gym and a basketball court that I have not been on yet.
Yeah.
But, if you want to blame Pete, there's no excuse. Like, I was pretty good in the summer. I slept comfortably and all that it was jazz. Great. So, yeah, that was a minor side note. But when it comes to real estate, we're probably going to pause and talk about it.
And, I mean, even if I just want to be a fat ass, one of the places I saw, they had snacks in their clubhouse free for residents. So I could just be a fat ass and go downstairs and get me a Sprite and some cookies.
I'm trying to be less of a fat ass, and the fact that it's free.
Yeah, he was like, oh, yeah, this is our stuff. It's free for residents. Do you want something? I said,
look at fucking God.
You should have never told me that. I had to clutch my invisible pearls.
But guess what? You got this MMA gym with the trainer that's coming the next day to burn it right the fuck off.
So rude.
For free.
On one side, free snacks and sodas. On the other side, it's a gym. Like, bitch, choose wisely.
That's the same as Planet Fitness having pizza and bagel Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It's like, really, bitch? Like, I'm in here trying to work out. I'm like, oh, well, success. Pizza!
And we'll see you tomorrow. Like, you ain't fooling me.
Nobody has that type of dedication.
Right.
Oh, my God. Yes. So, yeah, it definitely does go a lot further in Atlanta. I'm trying to go soon. My birthplace, you guys. Feel me here. But, Caesar.
Caesar.
And
his damn shirts.
Got, nice silk shirts and leather shirts and clean, straight teeth. And he just... Is it a contradiction to be bougie and a hoe? No, not really. No. I take that back. That was a stupid question. No, you can be both. You can be bougie and a hoe.
Yeah.
Definitely. But he's definitely that.
Yeah. He's upgraded his life.
He's upgraded in some areas and kind of stayed the same in some areas. I wouldn't say he's downgraded at all, being that he's now has 3 tattoo shops, 2 in New York, 1 in Georgia. They're doing pretty well. That's really good. But now he's just worried about pussy 24/7. And it's like, you forgot that 113th in New York is not fully renovated like it's supposed to. And these people are like waiting for their money and checks.
Yeah.
And what's her face is Melanie is manager now. Donna is there. Young Bae.
I like Young Bae.
Waltz. What's his cousin's name? God damn it.
Teddy.
Teddy.
Yes.
Teddy Bear, duh.
Right.
Teddy's over at 125th with Kit. And then you have Kevin was a new one from last season. So then he's also at 113th. So Donna has a new man, but she got like a threatening phone call on her phone from somebody. Apparently they know her ex-husband
is getting out of jail or something.
And is going to beat her ass or something like that. It's like, if that's not telling like what she said about him being abusive wasn't true, this is all the more reason to like believe her. Yeah. And the fact on the next episode that his sister was saying he never beat you is just...
Right. It's like, well, first off, you have to know something is wrong because A, that's her ex-husband. Like, it's been established that the relationship is over. So just the fact that you are going to her place of business to still want to talk to her about stuff when their relationship is over, that's a clear indication that something is...
And she's never been on camera before, I don't think.
No.
I think just... Why is everybody always coming out after the situation's done and dead in New York?
For a chance to get a $5,000 to $10,000. This is Black Ink. $2,500 check.
I don't think the people who just show up get a check, though. They have to have some type of significant storyline. If that's the case, everybody gets a check that goes to that shop. They
have to get something.
You just sign a waiver to be on TV, and that's it. When it comes to a check, you have to have like an approval of being a cast member. No one can just show up and just say,
I don't even think it's like show up and get a check. I think it's, I don't know the process, but I know, because I even remember taking it all the way back to my Heels watching days when Kristen Cavallari was like, they would pay certain people to come on the show and say certain things about us. And she was like, the thing that hurt her the worst was they had told the other girls, like, we'll give you guys Birkin bags if you guys talk about this drug story, saying that I'm on drugs. And she was like, of course they did it. And of course they never got their bags. But, I
think it depends.
Yeah.
Because if that is, let's say that is the case where production went to the sister and said, hey, we want you to, like, defend your brother and defend his name like he's a Targaryen or something.
It's pretty fucked up.
That's really fucked up. But I think they've been with this crew for so long. I think they have some type of emotional attachment when it comes to something that serious of assault, abuse, or things of that nature. She can talk about it all she wants. Like that's fine, but you don't have to bring the sister involved when she's already getting threats on the phone. Right. Like, it just seems, I hope that's not the case. Yeah. So, but I know producers can be kind of sketchy. Did you ever see that show on Lifetime?
Oh, yeah. Unreal.
That was a good show.
Yeah. Because then it just makes you wonder, even with everything. Like, even last season, with, like, oh shit, scammer wife, when her ex-husband's sister had showed. It's always somebody's sister. When she just randomly showed up. And it was like, how do these people always just randomly show up at the perfect time of filming?
They do film a better part of the year, though. Yeah. Because they're already filming Teen Mom 2. Yeah. And we just had the finale, like, a month ago. Yeah. So they do.
So is it like, do they walk up to the shop about to walk in and producers like, who is you? And they're like, well, I'm such and such. And they're like, well, let us mic you up and then you can go in there.
I don't know.
Because even like...
But then here's the thing, though. People who usually come to the shop for service, or if it's like not a party... Yeah. They have to sign waivers still. Yeah. So if they do waivers, they're probably getting mic'd up.
Yeah. So probably just like, I'm just here for something and...
Right. Yeah, exactly. So...
In the production van outside.
Yeah. I'm not...
Yeah. Because I be looking, just much reality TV as
it does make sense because these people are mic'd. Yeah. Because you can hear them very clearly like everyone else. But some of it is just random as fuck. And then some of it is... But ultimately, you do have to sign a waiver. Yeah. That's why some people are blacked out and some people aren't. But, Carly Red just...
Now, speaking of checks, she will get her little check from every avenue possible.
Is she like the slightly younger, more ratchet version of Tammy Roman? In terms of she will like, go and get her checks wherever it may be, but it's not like in the business.
A ratchet version of Slade Smiley.
Thank you.
Yes.
My apologies, Tammy. Right. I didn't want
She's
to
not
be
Bonnet Chronicle.
No, it's no disrespect, but I'm just meant like getting checks. But Slade is definitely going to be that person.
If I got to mess with you to get a check, if I got to mess with you to keep a storyline, if I got to...
Okay, makes sense. But why are you... First of all, how did you find out about the party? Why do you feel like you need to show up? Right. And why do you feel like you need to fight or get an argument with anybody? Or why do you have to port? Like, What do you have to do every goddamn time she is with a man and they break up or do something shady? She, instead of be like, you know what? I'm a boss ass bitch. You did wrong by fucking with me. Let me move on. She wants to try to humiliate you, or she just spends so much energy on what she's trying to do towards other people. I don't have that much energy.
You know, when you older and you ain't got much hobbies.
Right? No one really, anybody knows her exact age?
I think, well, she was definitely an extras in BAPS.
So she's in her 40s.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But somebody even said that she might be in her 50s.
Which is sad if she's acting like that. Not sad because of how she looks. She looks great for her age, whatever work was done or anything.
Yeah.
But just how to be that old and acting like that. I think that's the sad part. It's not even the fact that like, oh, she's 50. No. Kudos to being 50 and, you know, living your life like it's golden or your version of golden. But to be 50 and be that damn messy, or even 49 or 48.
It's just the too much messiness.
It's unnerving.
Like, I think there's a line when you're on reality TV.
Yeah.
Like, I know you have to be dramatic at some point or you're going to not be a cast member anymore. But at some point, you have to get your sanity a little bit.
Yeah.
Or integrity or whatever you want to call it. But it's just like, okay, all right, whatever. So now that Sky is in a much better place. Mm-hmm. She's, you know, baking blueberry muffins in the morning.
Right.
She's manager, getting people into tip-top shape at the shop in Atlanta. Now she feels like she wants to get to know her biological children that she gave up for adoption.
Yeah.
She was, 14 and 15 when she had the two boys. And in this process, she actually wanted to do before, but she was really nervous. So she got out of it a couple times, but now she's really like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then you got one of her sons up in Duchess's shop, the Duchess shop.
Why?
Doing an interview about, you know, his biological mom. She's blaming it on production.
Yeah.
But you're not a cast member this season.
Right. So why, first off, if...
Whose production was it, though? I don't think it was VH1's.
Right. No, it looked like some other blog did an interview, and it sounds like they asked her or somehow got consent to do an interview in her shop. But we all know firsthand, you can't just go into somebody's
consent
place.
Has to come from the owner, not the not even the manager. That has to come from the owner.
Right. So to have done that interview, she had to have some type of
But then there were
knowledge.
Receipts.
Yeah.
Because there was pictures of the son and her and somebody else in the picture together.
An old manager of Sky's. So, yeah, y'all, you plan that, and...
It is one of the, most download dirty things.
Yeah. Part of me wants to see Sky beat your ass, but the other part is I don't want to see Sky go back.
Because she's doing so well. Yeah. No, definitely understandable.
But you gonna get your karma.
Maybe she can, spray her in the face with some...
Yeah, mace or something. Mace,
yeah. I think that's satisfying.
Yeah, because that was low. And then, you know, whatever her son was saying, it seems like it's mostly coming out of anger and not even fully knowing. I know she had 2 kids, and I think it is going to show later in the season that she met up with her other kid and he, welcomed her with, you know, and they're actually building a relationship. But I believe he had, a really good upbringing with his adoptive parents and things like that. Mm-hmm. And the son that did the interview didn't have a good life. Allegedly, he's been in and out of jail and things like that. So, of course, he probably is just thinking, seeing his mom on TV, oh, you just abandoned me and blah, blah, blah. And it's well...
You forget that she was
14,
in the
15.
streets.
Yeah, she just got her life together.
Yeah, so that's nothing compared to how old she is and how long
Sky's
she's been.
First few seasons on Black Ink was, I'm going to jail, I'm fighting people every day.
Or I got to go to court. Or, yeah.
So it definitely wasn't I don't want these kids. I don't want to be a mother. She was a kid herself. And when she was 14, 15, getting pregnant, it was by a dude in their late 20s, 30s.
Well, there was 2 different ones.
Oh, yes.
Remember? Because there was one that she met up with.
Yeah.
The, like, bigger guy.
Yeah.
And then there was one that popped up at the shop. That was the one who was like
she's
in his 30s.
Yeah.
And she was like 14, 15 years old.
Right.
So, yeah. The other one, I think they were like, went to high school together or something like that. Yeah. So they were the same age. But it's just really foul. We'll see what happens in the next episode. And I just think it's fucked up. Like, you shouldn't involve anybody. Like, it would be fucked up if she brought up your miscarriage. Like, there's just some things I feel like you shouldn't bring up.
Or your chapped lips. Like, it would be rude.
She's probably used to that by now.
You know, did you ever see the video where somebody had literally mailed her? Yeah. He was like, the chapstick for Duchess.
He had the gift receipt in there and everything.
He was like, I throw a little extra in there and I'll even throw in the coupon if you want it.
Yeah, the gift receipt, if you want to return it, he sent it. Because people was talking about her chapped lips. I was like, well, you can just send the CarMax to blah,
and
blah,
he
blah.
literally
and he recorded the whole
at the post
process.
He's like,
priority mail.
Chapstick for Duchess.
I wonder if she ever got it.
I'm sure she did. He made sure.
Oh my God. That shit ain't gonna work.
Right.
It's like, unless she has lipstick on, it's...
Girl, what is that?
I mean,
get some coconut oil.
I mean, mine's are kind of dry, but I just
extra virgin olive oil. There is DIY cures for that.
Right, that's very true. Let me see if I got some in my purse.
And her lips.
See, look, Blistex to the rescue, because it is cold out here in Draco.
Right.
Let me put some of this on right now, because I'm trying to be like Duchess. So
it's gonna take a few months.
Yes, there we go.
To be like Duchess.
Oh, it's gonna take a few months to be like Duchess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of dry. It's so cold out here,
and it makes you wonder.
Cold in the deep.
How the fuck do we keep peace? Shout out to T Baby. I love It's So Cold, and I will never forget how we stumbled upon that. I think just random YouTube searching.
We have so many insiders today.
If you are in Detroit, or even if you're just familiar with It's So Cold in the D,
right,
let us know.
Right
Leave
now it's cold in the V.
It's not as appealing.
I know,
but I get
Excuse me, people.
You know what I always wonder?
What?
Because Dutch's lips was so chapped.
Mm-hmm.
We're all adults. I wonder if, like, when she went to please seize orally, did she, like, scrape? I
give him lip burns?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, that's so terrible.
Okay.
No lubrication at all. And if it was, she probably just got soaked up by her lips and didn't help.
Oh.
Oh my God.
And then never mind, because it's about to just get way.
Where is your mind going at right now?
No, I was going to say scientifically.
Oh,
but
I don't scientific things.
Okay, well, scientifically, I believe it's said, I've never tried it, that, stuff that comes out of men's,
This is not a 5th grade sex
penis.
Class. Okay. Ejaculate?
Yes,
okay.
I heard that, that stuff, it's like good for moisture.
Oh, so she should have put it on her lips?
You would think.
So she wasn't going nowhere near it. Okay, that's probably what it was. She's like, I want no parts, and my lips will stay dry. We're having too much fun tonight.
All right.
Okay.
We went way
enough about those dry lips. I got my Blistex right here. My lips are moisturized, and we're gonna move on to Team Mom OG.
All right.
So Farrah, is living with her dad, Michael, and she's supposed to be going away for like a month. So this time she's leaving her child with Michael. For obvious reasons, she's not speaking to her mom and she lives with her dad, so it's super easy. Now, she was packing up and she was like, Michael, can you come help me? Now, bitch, let me tell you something. If we are doing fine and you are living in my house and things are doing well, why would you continue to call me Michael when you started that to demean me? Yeah. I don't understand what these parents' problems are.
Because I don't think I think they say, oh, we want you to respect me and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think at this point, I don't think they demand it. I think they're just kind of like...
I don't think they ever demanded it, except for that one time, and then she wound up going to jail.
Yeah, I think now it's just like, well, as long as you're not bitching and complaining, fine.
Right.
Which...
That's really, really, really
It's your
sad.
life. I already told you last week what to do, but...
Right? I don't want to go through that again.
Right.
But it's just weird. But then she cried about her mom not being around when she was out with Michael and his girlfriend at dinner before she left. You know, my mom's not around him. You know, she can't hear her.
Ugly ass cry.
She's like, yeah, I just can't. That's what she does when she cries. It's like, I can't understand you. But it's like, okay, well, you feel so strongly about her not being around, but then you cry when she's not around. So which one is it? You can't pick and choose when you want her. You either want her all the time, or you can't deal with her. You don't want her around.
Right.
But then on the next episode, she's inviting her to a trip to Italy with the three of them. What the fuck? What do you want? What do you want from me? It's like,
what more
do you want from me?
That's the only line of that whole video I have heard.
Because it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Not sad, it's annoying. What do you... Yeah, I don't understand. It's such a back and forth. They did some special about strong women on Facebook, on Team Emoji's Facebook. And she was like, yeah, I'm strong because... Shit, what did she say? She said she was strong because, you know, Daddy Derek died and she feels like she's strong and this and that. And everyone in the comments like, bitch, you ain't strong.
Oh my God.
What the fuck? Like, no. And I kid you not, I totally remember back in 16 and Pregnant, she was totally talking shit about Derek. I feel like I remember her talking about, I don't want him around the baby, blah, 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 blah. And then when he died, it was like, poor Daddy Derek.
I remember that. And then once he did pass, it was, you guys were keeping him away from me.
Yes, exactly. I'm not the only one tripping. I could have sworn she could not stand his guts when he was alive. Yeah. And then after that, it's like she cries about him all the time.
Yes, and then she said blatantly, most of her resentment from her parents come from them keeping Derek away from her.
But she was the one that didn't want Derek around. They even went to high school together. Yeah. So I'm so confused. Like this is what I mean by, I think her perception is just off sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time. I don't know about others. That's one thing. It's like, I could have sworn you were like, I want no parts of him. Yeah. Up until he died. But now you cry about Daddy Derek. And they had like part of the highway named after him. And
then it sounds bad because he's deceased. But it's like, even if he were still alive, guess what? There's a 95% chance y'all wouldn't even be together.
This is very true.
Because in the history of all the couples of Teen Mom, there's only one couple still together.
Right.
So
yeah. So that's
the most you can cry about is Sophia not having her dad. But I know she even still says to this day, like, me and Derek, we probably be married. You probably wouldn't.
Or I've been hearing about her talking about getting married for the longest time ever. But that's just, I don't know, whatever. Moving on. So Caitlyn and Tyler, they had like a kids fashion line. Mm-hmm. And usually their storyline is just, it's not really a lot of drama. Yeah. I mean, there's family issues, but it's not a lot of drama in their storyline, which is good. It's like a nice little balance on the show. Yeah. Of course, they didn't buy enough server space, so it crashed for a whole day and they panicked. But girl, once they got it all straightened out, they had their own little inventory in the house. Aww. And boxing it up. They had like wrapping paper with their logo on, these pretty boxes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they had it all organized. Really like the plastic drawer, extra large, 5 teeth. You know how you really supposed to be doing inventory.
I think everybody, when they be starting off, they be Drea. If she if Drea can
Keisha Kaur did her own inventory. I don't know if she's still doing it now, but all these people have their own. Lala, she just released like 6 colors. She had her own inventory. She had a picture like, here, about to go to the post office. Like, had her own boxes and labels. Usually when you're starting out, you need to have your own inventory. And you better find space for it, because that is the best way you're going to get profit from it. Yeah. Business, I guess, tip for you.
Well, guys. That's good.
But yeah, that was pretty good. And then Amber and Matt. So we know that they do marriage boot camp, boot camp, like months and months and months in advance. So we're still watching boot camp with Javi and Kale on it. But apparently Matt and Amber went to marriage boot camp. So I'm guessing afterwards. They usually try to have the same class of people. So they had T-Mom. Now they're going to have T-Mom again. Yeah. So Amber and Matt went, and apparently she was like, done. Good. That was just the end of it. So, I mean, as we know, in present time, he's married to somebody else and she's pregnant with somebody else. That apparently she met at, during, or after the marriage boot camp situation, which could have been 6 months ago. Yeah. So.
Oh, we gotta see how this play out.
Yeah, because in marriage boot camp now, I don't think Kale's pregnant, or she's like at the very, very beginning stages. So, and her son's already like 4 months old. Yeah. So you can tell how long ago that was for them. So probably near a year. So, but yeah, they didn't work out. And Macy and Ryan, it's just pissing me off that Ryan thinks he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Turns out that his drug of choice wasn't Xanax. It was fucking heroin.
I knew it because I don't do drugs, so don't take this the wrong way. But I'm doing the calculations, like, Percocet, Xanax, 10,000 a day. Like, divide the 2, carry the 5. It don't add up. Like, how are you spending 10,000 a day? Heroin a week. Yeah.
And then she said 3 times a day.
Nah, he would just be sleep a lot. If it was just some Xanax. If it was Xanax,
no. Because, okay, so, they're going back and forth with custody. Well, not even custody. He just wants to see Bentley. But, I mean, she has every right. Like, you just got out of rehab, and I thought it was for Xanax, but it was for heroin. So that means you've been shooting up.
Oh, no.
Of course I'm not going to hand over my child to you.
So you can shoot up, and then he finds you.
You've been out of... You graduated early from rehab. Yeah. No. From shooting up heroin for I don't know... how long.
Go back.
And then you want to come out and demand the child that you were never really sober around? You have to be kidding me. Mm-mm. So he's like, I'm going to get custody and I'm going to win this. And so when he calls an attorney, he doesn't even tell him all the information. Yeah. Because he's like, well, I've been having an issue with seeing my son. Yeah. And he was like, okay, well, he's like, well, how old is your son? He's like 8. He's like, so what happened in the past 7 years that you haven't gone to court at all? Yeah. And he was like, oh, well, we just kind of been winging it. And then I just got out of rehab. And he asked him, what was your drug of choice? That's when he said heroin. And then Mackenzie, she kind of like shook her head like she didn't want people to know. Yeah. But... you can't lie and say it was Xanax or he spent $10,000 a week on fucking Xanax. Yeah. No. When it was heroin. Like, your husband, the person you married, was shooting up heroin. And you have the audacity to have any type of attitude with Macy? Yep. Unless she's a recovering drug addict herself and she's not telling anybody. That's the only time you can really have sympathy for that. Yeah. Or have some type of problem and have sympathy for that. That's weird to me. And so he didn't say, Macy told him, like, I will let you see Bentley or have Bentley once you pass a drug test that I will pay for. Yeah. Like $400. Never responded to her. So he tells the lawyer who's doing the consultation, like, oh, well, she's just keeping me from him. But didn't say, these are the terms that she said. I don't know if that's right. So the judge ultimately is like, the lawyer was like, well, ultimately the judge is really going to care about if you're still clean or not. they're not going to give parenting time for anybody who's still clean.
Exactly.
And you're going to have to do a drug test. Wasn't that the shit that Macy just said that you left out?
Yeah.
It's just so irritating. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe because I'm a mom and I had like the whole custody thing that was not my doing. Everybody, I did not file papers. I didn't do nothing. It's complete opposite. It's irritating because the things that you would think is logical, the other person thinks is so illogical, and they blow it out of proportion. And then you're like, okay, we'll take me to court. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to win anything that you feel like you're going to win. You might get less. So calm down. Speak to me like an adult. And then the dad said that Bentley and his mom are triggers.
Well, then, I mean...
He's saying that anytime there's a problem with Bentley, it's a trigger for him to use.
So then that means he's just never going to be around his kid?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, like, what?
Your way of coping is the reason why that you use. Not any issue that's going... And he's never... How long has he been using? Because he's never really... like, been super hands-on with me. Yeah. Anytime they were on camera. Yeah. I'm only speaking on camera. Obviously, I don't know anything behind the scenes.
I remember original teen mom Ryan was really cute.
He was.
Like, the first few seasons.
He was.
I was like, oh.
That's why Bentley's so cute.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
I had hopes for them. Yeah.
I think sad. Yeah. But it's so irritating. But I don't feel like he understands. Like, somebody's going to have to tell him. Or he's just going to have to go to court and learn the hard way.
He probably might have to go to court and learn the hard way. Because it seems like even people probably telling him if it ain't what he want to hear. Because, I mean, in one ear, he got his wife. And he probably considers her opinion more than anyone's. So she's in his ear telling him exactly what he wants to hear and egging on his thoughts of all this is Macy's fault. So he has a cheerleader in one ear. He has a mom on the other ear that seems to be, somewhat sensible, but it seems to me that
she can't
like
really
I said,
much.
She can't.
But she does seem like she's trying to be
logical.
And
it's like the minute she says something that he's not really trying to hear, he just kind of just
goes off.
Yeah, pushes it to the side. Mm-hmm. And then he has his dad that he's just saying some to the left stuff that even Ryan's like, wait, what?
He was like, we knew, you guys. Don't make it seem like we didn't know. We just, anytime we asked, he just got really upset. Okay.
Right. So, yeah, he's just going to have to learn the hard way. And the hard way might be, like, court.
Yeah, and he's going to, he's going to be upset.
So, good luck, Macy. Or, just let him come over to your house.
I mean, he's doing well. She's not doing anything to where they will say out of 8 years, we no longer think that you can have full custody. Like, they're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to Married to Medicine.
Ooh.
Miss Mariah showed up at the Black Girl Magic.
She came off her chariot to make an appearance.
Yes, she did. And people were just shocked. I asked a poll on Twitter, like, do you think it was right for your Mariah to show up? And actually, most people said they felt like she needed to be there because there needed to be closure and some stuff. I just feel like she keeps showing up because she's EP. Yeah. And that's the only reason why. Yeah. If you're EP, you can do whatever the fuck you want, pretty much. Right. You can show up. You can not show up. You can be gone for a season, come back the next. Yeah. Do 2 scenes and be done and still get your checks. So. Yeah. I just feel like every season she comes back for closure, but then it ends up being worse. That many more issues. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like. Well, the new issue is that she said that Quad. Well, no, it was not a new issue, but I think it came up towards the end of last season that Quad was homeless. Yeah. So when Quad brought her, like, so I was homeless, she was like, yes, you were. Like, it's still continuing. So I don't know if their definition of homeless is different. She might be Mariah might be saying you were homeless in the sense that you didn't have your own place with your name on it.
Yeah.
Quad might be thinking that she means like you were on the street.
Yeah.
Homeless. So it can be either or. I think they're just not hearing each other. They're just so busy trying to throw shade that they're not really trying to.
Their arguments are always so funny. Yeah. Like, as much as I get tired of hearing a lot of people on these reality shows arguing, like, Quad and Mariah's arguments are always just so, like, animated and theatrical and just like,
hence,
wow.
I will not come off my chariot to throw tomatoes with you, sweetheart.
Yeah, like, who thinks of that? Or like, Quad, she's a transformer, and I don't like transformers, especially Decepticons.
Yes.
Like, what?
It's like a Shakespearean shade.
Right, it's just, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way you can really, like, tolerate it.
Yeah.
Their shade is
because it's so funny. Like, what?
Mm-hmm. It's so funny. But Heavenly, I'm just getting really tired of Heavenly. Apparently she tells Simone, fuck you in the next episode.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's just, I'm really trying to work on myself. And, you know, she's always looking up at the sky when she's in her interview. Yeah. Like, I can see up your nose, Heavenly.
And I can see up your weave. Look, until she do right by her weave.
Who was that from RVM that helped her with her look like a couple weeks ago? I forgot who it was.
She needs to move that person in with her because it was somebody. I forgot.
It's like, I feel like everybody else has a glam squad.
And then for your confessional, it's like she just get off work like, whew, all right. So this bitch, just give me some water.
Give them that edge control that she don't really fully put on.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, she's the type, she's not very. I mean, all the other ladies I've seen them do their hair.
Yeah, but she will be very quick to talk about something. Like, let somebody else be looking like her in their confessional.
She'll talk all type of trash.
So that's why it's really like, girl, you don't be having room to talk about nobody.
For me, and I'm a fluffy girl, if I lose a whole bunch of weight, I don't think I'm going to really talk about somebody else that's on the big side. Like, I just feel, why do I have the authority or audacity to talk about somebody else's weight when I was, like, just, like, 3 million pounds a year ago? Like, that doesn't qualify me as a skinny person. So why does she feel like she can do it?
It's just
because she wants to be a part of the in crowd?
Maybe, because it just be too much, like, and she's just really quick to just talk about people's marriages and people, like, she just doesn't really have
marriages, looks, their children, or not even their children, but she'll say how good her children are. Yeah, not saying that they're not, but you know, you're not.
Your daughter got a smart ass mouth. That I will say, I see it. But that's
because she keeps involving her in all her adult stuff. Like, so it's like, what do you think? I mean,
your daughter. She's very evolved for like a.
She does say things that Heavenly should be saying her damn
but I'm like,
self.
okay,
but it's
when
like
you look at who her
time,
mom is, like,
let her be a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm not dragging her into my stuff because it's the only other female.
I couldn't imagine me at like 11, my grandmother. Let me tell you what this bitch Betty did, and then I'm just like, and then like, so what do you think I should do?
You're going to be afraid
don't
because
go to
you
bingo?
always told stay out of grown folks' business.
And now I'm being put on the spot to be like, how would I handle grown folks' business?
I'm like, you know what, Grandma? I stay out of grown folks' business, so I'm not going to answer this question. I feel like it's a trick question.
But it's like,
slapped.
I would have slapped that bitch Betty, and I wouldn't even go back to bingo. Fuck them hoes.
Bingo.
like, how do you handle that as like, they're not even teenagers. She's not even a teenager, but you know, hey, that's each his own.
Too much. Anyway, so Toya fell. Mm-hmm. And so it was funny because she always has something to say about everybody else, but she fell on her ass. But I mean, it was funny. She didn't hurt herself or anything. No, so
too bad.
And then, oh my God, Roa. I feel like Roa this season is kind of like a version of Black Ink Chicago.
In
the sense of these are the same issues being dragged.
And I ain't getting back on that bus. I will not come down from my chariot to do that.
Right. And it's the continuation of San Fran, where they're repeating the same thing to each other over and over and over again. Like, you're angry. No, you're angry. You're upset. You're upset. And Nene's bun falling. And like, fuck you too. You should have been punished for what you did to Candy. Oh, now you're fighting Candy's battle. Yeah, I'm fighting Candy's battles. Some, bitch. Fuck you. And it was like...
Right.
What?
Like, just... I'm sorry for the silence. It makes you just... Like I said, yes, I'm all for some good reality TV that's entertaining and be like, ooh, girl, look at that, or look at this. But it comes a certain time when it's like, y'all are just on this camera acting a damn fool. And... I mean, don't you get tired? Like, don't you just have a line where it's like, you know what? I could sit here and cause an unnecessary scene, but you know what? Okay, let's talk. But, that's probably not in your paycheck guidelines to think rational.
Or be like that guy from Catfish and be like, it's a fart in the wind, man.
It doesn't matter.
It's a fart in the wind.
Right, like, but no, y'all got to be fat-ass Kelly Prices and drag shit on for 3 years.
Fat-ass Kelly Price.
We're not calling Kelly Price herself fat. It's,
It's people who know.
Catfish. Yes. We don't need to get I don't appreciate No. But yeah, it's just all of them. Just get it together.
Before it was really shown as, yes, there are drama between the ladies, but it was more charity work or how they run their business.
Yeah.
Or, trying to have a baby. They lost a baby.
Real issues.
It's very small. It's very minimal now. It's more...
Especially with the Atlanta franchise.
Yeah. The only thing they talked about that seems like, okay, somebody can relate to it, is Cynthia going through a divorce and dating. Maybe. Sheree having to talk to her kids about the things that happened with her and Bob and their marriage and things that came up last season. And Greg having his heart condition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Yeah. What else? I think, did Kenya's grandma pass away?
Yes, Kenya's grandmother did pass away, which is the one who raised her. So she was pretty sad about that. Things, tragedies that happen in life, and you want to see how people get through it, or people who are good in business and you want to see how you can achieve things like them. Like, it's just, you don't see a lot of that. The only majority black cast of Housewives franchise that does that is Potomac. Yeah. Potomac does show a lot more of that. Yeah. And if they are arguing, it's really because,
it's somewhat justified of an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't want to bash all of Atlanta cast as a whole. But, I guess it might come out as bashing. But it's a lot of petty, unnecessary, and like I said, it's entertaining to watch, Quad and Mariah on Married to Medicine go back and forth. And even at one point in time, it was very entertaining to watch Roa. And I'm only speaking for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but it's just gotten to a point to where it's like, is this all y'all do? Is this all your life revolve around? Even if it's not, even if it's like, okay, Nene, you got a massive check to come back and, throw shade and be extra and be who you are. It's like, does it ever come to a point where it's like, this is not all that I want people to see me as? Right. But, that's between you.
She can still be fabulous Nene, but still be, I guess, Portia calling her the big sister. Like, you still have to show some type of logic, be realistic or optimistic about some stuff. You can't be shady all the fucking time. Like, tiring.
Right. It's
where people are like, oh, you say one thing in front of their face, but in the interview, you're trying to say something completely different. Be authentic the whole fucking time. Yeah. Like, stop going back and forth. Like, oh, well, we were fine at the dinner, but in the interview, you said, just say it then. Yeah. Only person who really does that is Candy.
Yeah.
Sheree.
Yeah.
Those are only two who don't try to be like shady in interview and not shady in person.
Yeah.
Like they usually say it
right
up front. So it just gets tiring. I feel like I was going to say Candy should get her own spinoff, but I think it would be kind of boring.
Yeah.
Compared to Kim.
Yeah.
Even Kim, I didn't watch this season too much.
Yeah.
But it is pretty entertaining. Their chef is pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But I don't think I can see Candy.
It'll just be the same as the show. So
yeah.
Because she's already talking about her life on there.
Yeah.
So Kim has such a drastic change in her life that it was like, okay, well, let's see what's going on over there. Yeah. But yeah, it's just I really watch some of these shows for you guys so we can talk about it because I know you guys are watching it. Sometimes I don't feel like watching these shows, but I do for this wonderful podcast. And there's some weeks that I do want to watch it. You know what? I forgot. So I'm catching up on Scare Famous because I'm actually behind.
Oh, yes.
And Alaska is just so fucking funny.
She is. Yeah.
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Just like talking to somebody like this and just taking out her tracks in her hair. And it's like, it's so funny. Yeah. And, it's like some real emotions about, I feel played and this and this and that. And it's just like, it's still for charity.
An alliance and stuff.
Yeah. Good Same thing we've been hearing since Road Rules versus Real World. So
love a good
nothing
alliance.
new.
Right.
But yeah, apparently Drita is like the Mother Teresa because she cooks and, all that stuff in the house. So, but it was pretty funny. I'll definitely catch up on it by the time we get here next week. So, that's a nice little buffer. Mm-hmm. When I need something to like laugh at and it's not really trying to take it all that serious. But I don't know. I just hope with the little outline that we had today between like Kat, Carly Red, Brittany, please be careful of who you mess with and what your expectations are.
Carly Red ain't gonna learn that. The others might. Carly Red, no.
No, but I'm just saying this situation.
Right.
If you're going to go into a situation with someone and they're in a relationship or they say they're going to break up with that person that they're with or you're broken up, like, you have to pick and choose your battles. Mm-hmm. And if you are going into a situation with somebody who's with somebody else or married or whatever, and if you feel like you have to just tell somebody, first of all, you need to figure out why you did it in the first place. Mm-hmm. Then you need to figure out why you're trying to tell people about it. And then you have to figure out why you're trying to tell the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend about it. The side chicks of the day.
Right.
It's been very glamorized lately.
And
they've always been there. Nobody's saying that they've never been there. But now it's like super acceptable to be the side person. Yeah. And just, if you're a side chick and you do it on a regular basis, but you just keep it to yourself, that's what you do. But don't be a side chick and then try to bust up the previous relationship and think that you're going to win out of that. Mm-hmm. Just, I don't know. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I just love myself too much to even try to go through all of that. There's plenty of dicks in the world. There's plenty of vaginas in the world. There's probably somebody look better than the person that you're trying to be the sideline for. And it's probably, I don't know, just move on. Go to something else.
Yeah, just want more for yourself. Because, you're going to be the side chick to the wrong person one day, and then they going to find out. And then they gonna make it their mission to, end
and if
your life.
Stab you, then...
And then you're dead. And it's like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? Like,
no, penis or vagina is worth that much. I mean,
then after they stab you, guess what? They gonna go back to their man, and that's gonna be that.
Right. No, it gets exhausting for it to keep happening on TV. Oh, especially with Jax Taylor.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same shit over and over and over again. If you know he's a piece of shit, why do you need to tell anybody that you slept with him? Now everybody looks at you, Faith, like a dumbass, because everybody in the whole world who knows anything about Vanderpump Rules knows that Jax sleeps around, period. And usually anybody who sleeps with him, it comes out because somebody opens their mouth, and it's usually not Jax.
Yeah.
So, only reason why Jax was honest with the whole Kristen situation, but the rumor already started.
Yeah.
Before he was honest. Mm-hmm. So, it makes you look stupid. Brittany, like I said, I don't feel sorry for you. Everybody and your mama and Pandora's mama told you.
Right. Want more for yourself.
Yeah.
That's the advice that I give to the world and everyone who's listening, everyone on these shows. Want more for yourself. Mm-hmm. Even if you find yourself on these shows being completely not who you are, and you just find yourself doing the fool because that's what is expected of you, or that's how you think you have to be, or you're in these relationships or friendships or whatever, and you just, you're holding yourself to a lower standard. I just say, want more for yourself.
Yeah, want more for yourself. Want better, soul, if you think there is one, such a thing. I don't know. It just helps your overall being. Mm-hmm. And it just gets the pressure off your shoulders, and, you can just live freely and not have to worry about a whole bunch of messiness.
Yeah.
Especially if you're our age and you're late 20s and early 30s.
Yeah. Anything after 25,
I personally think you should be done. I mean, you can do you, but don't expect nothing to be amazing where you're doing all this shit and you expect to be married by June of 2018. It's not gonna happen. So you can have the best vagina in the world. The vagina doesn't mean that you're not gonna get cheated on or had a baby on or anything like that. Ultimately, it's the type of person you are.
Right. And you can even be the best person you are, but if the person that you are with doesn't have the same intentions for you, it's just not going to pan out. So, that's why when I say want more for yourself, it's because, when you're not getting the more of the situation to, walk away. I say that for people on TV. I say that for people listening. I even say it for myself.
Oh,
just want more for yourself.
Definitely myself. I'm always trying to make sure that I repeat that to myself.
Yeah.
You're definitely worth more than the one person you've been trying to get with or get on the right path for the past 4 to 5 years. At the end of the day, in those 4 to 5 years, you could have met 2 other people that was 10 times better than the person you're with. You're just scared to move on. Just like I say, I don't like dating because, the whole meeting people over and over again. But how dumb would I be as to try to get somebody who's still living with their baby mama, and I'm trying to get them to move on and do stuff for themselves. Now I'm doing all the work. No. Move the fuck on. Try to ease your mind. And don't put any more additional stress in your life that you don't even need. Yeah.
And then when it comes to love, that's why when I say want more for yourself also, maybe what you need for yourself right now might not even be a relationship. It might just be, you know what, let me just work on myself. Whether it's going to school, furthering your education, getting a better job, meeting some new friends, trying some new hobbies, doing stuff that seriously makes you happy. And then in time, the relationship, the romance, it will work out. So,
Or at least be okay with being by yourself.
Nothing's
Do you
worse.
know how much I love my king size bed? Like, I get home at night and I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that I have this king size bed that I can afford. And I just lay in it, just sprawl and just get the warmth of the bed, just all by myself.
Take it all in.
Sometimes you just like to have peace and quiet. You can read your books. You can walk around the house naked if you want. No one's there. Like, appreciate being by yourself, which is actually something I kind of mentioned about Kaylin before, because, you know, they're on boot camp, right? Kale and Javi. And I feel like her situation is being that she got married when she was 20. First of all, I'm not going to say you can't get married at 20, but the likelihood these days that you're going to be married for the rest of your life is very low. Because the reason why people get married these days are for the wrong reasons. Now, granted, back in the day when people were getting married at 20 years old, they'd be like, oh, well, they're married for 50 years. Sometimes they're not happily married.
Right.
So just because people back in the day got married when they were 20, 21 years old and they stayed together until grandpa died when they were 45 years together doesn't mean that most of that time they were happily married. Right. But, you know, they got married really young. She was pregnant when they got married. So he finally admitted that he had some wrongdoing in their marriage on boot camp, which I felt like was huge because people are always blaming, like, Kel. Like, Kel's such a bitch. She talks to me any kind of way that she wants, but he's very controlling, very like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to? Why are you being with somebody else? Why do you have friends? And he said it kind of stemmed from how his dad treated his mom. So, which is like, okay, it's understandable. Doesn't make it acceptable, but it's definitely understandable why people do certain things a certain type of way. But I only brought them up because they used to bring everybody and anybody into their marital problems, and it did not help because they didn't know how to be by themselves. They were 20, 21 maybe, the other one when they got married. Just, you have to really know how to be by yourself, how to pay bills by yourself, how to grocery shop by yourself, cook by yourself. Everybody needs to be self-sufficient before they get in a relationship. I'm not, hell yeah, I will want to cook for my family. But I want to cook for my family because I'm the only person that can do it. Right. No. You need to know how to do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's very true. Because I used to look back at life at like 23, 24. I'd see, you know, friends from high school and other people like getting engaged and married. And I'm like, why isn't it happening for me? And then I just look at where I am now and I'm like, could I have imagined, like, you know, like my ex from college marrying him? Like, it'd be a disaster. Or other people I've dated, like, it would have been all wrong. And then at the same time, I'm not the same person at 22, 23 that I am today. So, you know, just, you know, do the work. Everything will happen in its time. Don't find yourself stuck in toxic relationships, friendships, situationships, no ships. If you're not being treated and valued for what you deserve, let it go. And don't be afraid to be alone. Let it go. No one truly is ever alone forever. No. You know, you'll let that person go and be like, oh my God, I'll never have another friend again. And 6 months later, you've met someone. You're like, let's be best friends. Like, that's just the way life is. So,
is that what Sheena did?
Yeah. Yes. Out with the old and with the new.
Well, technically, he's not new.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count.
Out with the old and with the even more older. So, yes. So, love your life. Value yourself. Make everyone else value you. Good day.
Good day. So, hope you guys enjoyed our 5th episode. Go ahead and follow us on all our social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And if you have any T-mail, go ahead and send us T-mail at RealiTEA-V@gmail.com.
Yes. We want to hear your gossip. We want to hear your stories.
We want to hear
at this stuff. We want to hear about,
or give you advice.
Having an affair with your coworker. We want to hear about, you
can remain anonymous. That's fine.
I want all the gossip, and we will give you our honest to God, unbiased opinion. So
I would try to be unbiased.
Yeah.
Depending on your situation. Just being honest. But yeah, go ahead and send us your email and follow us on all the social media so you can get that information. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.